better for me. He says, there's a place in Texas, world-class championship wrestling. They need a big heel right now to go against the Von Erich kids. I didn't even know who they were. And I said, well, sure. So he calls, Fritz and all that, sets that up for me.
Right.
And that's how that came about.
What were your initial thoughts of Fritz Von Erich?
First time I ever met the man, I thought he was a janitor. I was at the sportatorium, and he got this little, like a jumpsuit on. You see like a garage man wearing, basically, a one-piece jumpsuit looking thing. And I thought he was like the janitor or something like that. And he's like, hey, kid, nice to meet you. A real gruff voice. He goes, you're going to be working with my boys. I want you to take care of them, kind of like, oh, this is Fritz. Because nobody ever introduced me to him.
Did you see the behavior from the boys that they're out of control and stuff when you were down there?
Oh, heck yeah, all the time. Always late to the shows. Didn't have to know what they was doing in the ring. Your match was just go out there and fight for your life night after night with them. The only one that might halfway take care of you is Kerry. The others just fight for your life is all it was.
A lot of people said Kevin was really stiff in the ring.
Ooh, you whistling Dixie there, buddy. Man, he'd clock you upside your head and them bare feet and all that. It was I hit him right back though. I hit him right back. It was just hard. You had to. That's what they respected. And then the thing I remember the most is Kerry Von Erich scheduled to work against Ric Flair for the World Heavyweight title. I'm at the show myself with Will Rogers Coliseum in Fort Worth. We all in the dressing room. Flair's in the ring, waiting on Kerry. Kerry's like passed out in his car somewhere, and they rush him in there. Kerry, man, we're waiting, and he's in the ring, and he throws his boots on, and he laced them. They're like just semi-laced, all dangling down. He goes out there, and I don't even know how they had the match, but they get through and all that. And then on TV, the next TV, when they finally show the little highlights, they go, oh, Kerry Von Erich went out there and wrestled with 104-degree fever. He had the flu or something,
Yeah, I remember that, yeah.
They made up some bogus excuse. Hey, I actually seen that one. Then I was I've been on some of the road trips when we go to West Texas where they just trash their hotel rooms and junk, get all doped up. I hate to say that, but it's the truth.
Right.
They get all stoned out of their head and trash their hotel rooms, and it was just pitiful.
That's crazy. What about the crowds down there, wrestling in front of those huge crowds at the Cotton Bowl and stuff like that? What was that like?
Man, you can't describe it. It's just undescribable. Texas fans were the wildest. Everywhere I've been has been wild, but Texas, the two worst places was Texas and Mid-South was the wildest fans, meaning they actually literally took it for real. You know what I'm saying? They had no doubt about it being a work or anything. It was real to them. Every night you was fighting your way out of buildings and cut your tires and all kind of stuff. People would go to my house where I lived at. I lived in Grand Prairie in between Dallas and Fort Worth. I rented a house there to live. Get up in the morning. I got up one day and had a big dead rat on my doorstep. People do this. Think it's funny. Cut your tires in the middle of the night. You go out there, you got flat tires. But I knew being as a heel, I guess I'm doing my job.
Exactly.
That's what I'm getting paid to do. So I'm beating up the Von Erich. So I must be doing a good job of it.
TitleMatchNetwork.com